Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're taking a close look at an online fashion shop called Prime Amsterdam. That's prime-amsterdam.com. We got some info shared with us, and the core question is, is this place legit? It looks pretty sharp, offering trendy spring clothes.
It really does. That's the first thing you notice.
Yeah.
On the surface, it looks, well, quite professional. Great photos, talk about high-quality fabrics.
Right.
And they even claim excellent customer service, using phrases like thinking along with you. Very inviting. They're clearly aiming for shoppers drawn to that polished look.
Exactly. It sets up this expectation of maybe a boutique online store, but like we always find, there's often a disconnect. The image looks great, but what does the actual data say? Let's dig into that.
And this is where the whole thing just kind of falls apart almost immediately. We ran the domain through, the usual checks. Scam Advisor, tools like that.
Name.
The result was, well, damning is the word. Prime Amsterdam got the lowest possible trust score, a 1 out of 100.
1 out of 100. Wow. That's basically zero trust. How does a site even get that low? Is it just bad reviews or?
Well, tools like Scam Advisor look at a bunch of things, right? Domain age, where the server is, any hidden contact info, user reviews, absolutely. It bundles all those risk factors.
All right.
But the reason it hit rock bottom, a perfect 1 out of 100, it comes down to one really critical piece of information, something beyond the usual checks.
And this is where it gets really, really concerning, isn't it? More than just like a bad rating.
Exactly. This isn't just algorithms or user complaints, though those probably exist too. The analysis explicitly states that the Dutch police.
The police in the Netherlands.
Yes. The national law enforcement of the country they sort of claim to be associated with.
Okay.
They have officially listed prime-amsterdam.com as a known scam website.
Okay, hold on. So the actual police in the country of origin or supposed origin are saying this is a scam.
That's it. That's about as clear a warning as you can possibly get. It's not subtle. It's a direct official designation. For any shopper, that should be an absolute stop sign. Full stop.
No question. Don't walk. Run away. So the advice is clear. Definitely don't enter payment details. But here's something else from the sources. The site's been around for about 3 years.
Yeah, roughly 3 years.
How is that possible? If the Dutch police have flagged it as a scam, how is it still online after 3 years? Shouldn't it be, shut down?
You'd think so, right? But that persistence is actually quite typical of these more sophisticated online fraud operations. Normally, an older domain might seem like a good sign, suggests stability.
Right. Longevity implies trust sometimes.
But not here. In this context, it means they've been successfully operating as a known scam, with that police warning hanging over them for 3 whole years.
So why haven't they been taken down?
It often comes down to, well, jurisdictional issues, enforcement gaps between countries, and honestly, the low cost of running these sites. They can register domains easily, maybe shift servers.
So it's a bit of a whack-a-mole situation. They make money, ignore warnings, and if one domain gets too much heat, they just pop up with a new slick-looking site somewhere else?
Pretty much it's a volume game for them. They rely on catching people who, understandably, are just looking at the nice pictures and the promises, not digging into the domain's background check.
So let's bring this together for you listening. What does this all mean?
The synthesis is pretty straightforward here.
Yeah, you've got a 1 out of 100 trust score. That's already terrible. Then you add an official warning from the Dutch police. The evidence is overwhelming.
It points very strongly to this being a fraudulent operation. So the advice is simple. Do not give them any information. Not your email and certainly not your credit card details.
Find somewhere else to shop, somewhere reputable.
And it really highlights the bigger issue, doesn't it? How easy it is now to create a very convincing online facade. That due diligence, taking a moment to check, it's not really optional anymore, especially with fast fashion online.
It's essential. Which brings us to our final thought for you to consider. Prime Amsterdam has operated for 3 years, flagged by the Dutch police as a scam the whole time. What does that sheer persistence tell us about how hard it actually is to shut down these professional-looking, long-running scam sites that operate across borders, targeting people globally?
It's a significant challenge, a real loophole in the current internet landscape.
Something definitely worth thinking about next time you're browsing online.